Welcome to the Cozy Potato Podcast. This podcast is brought to you by your host, G.billis, where rambling nonsense and a bit of madness happens. Hey guys, welcome back to the Cozy Potato Podcast. As you know, I'm your host, G.billis, and today's guest, who will most likely be helping me do a lot of these podcasts, is my older brother, George.
Hello.
Hello, George.
Hello.
George is, how old are you?
I'm 20.
Oh my, that's true. He just turned 20, guys. It's crazy. He's a, young adult now. It's absurd.
Officially.
I'm losing my mind. Because soon enough it's going to be my other brother. And then after it's going to be me.
Yeah.
And that's going to be scary.
And thinking that he's going to be an adult in 2 years is very scary.
I know.
It just blows my mind.
And just even turning 16 and getting my driver's license, my G1, is terrifying. Okay, anyways, so today or tonight, wherever you guys are, we are going to be talking about content creating because my older brother George, as I mentioned before, you're a content creator in some type of way, right?
Yeah, I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
Well, photographer for Instagram, basically. I just post my own things on Instagram.
But you like to do little videos and find clips of a bunch of different random things.
Yeah, I've been trying more and more. I just bought a new camera, and so yeah, I've been trying to figure out how exactly to start my channel. I've made some clips.
Yeah.
Well, videos in the past, but mostly they're just very short clips of expeditions that we've done.
I think the best one was probably when you did it with Mikkel. Mikkel's my other brother that I was talking about. Him and George made a YouTube channel once, and it was only it was one video.
Yeah, it was the Try Not to Laugh challenge that was going on, that was going around, and Mikkel wanted to start sort of a link. Mm-hmm. It's a link in what's their name? I forget. I'll look it up. You can
okay.
You can just ask me whatever you're gonna ask me.
Yeah, in the meantime that George is looking this up, so they made this one YouTube channel, and they had no idea what to call it, and it's so funny because it's the randomest name, and we just watched it the other day, and it was just so hilarious. We were dying of laughing.
It's basically just myself getting slapped through the entire video, because I'm so terrible at laughing for
at not laughing.
Yeah, not laughing, exactly. Yeah. It's I think it's their name is Wreath and Link. I think it's how you say it. How do you say it? RHETT and Link.
Oh.
So yeah, they're very popular in the YouTube.
Is that just their YouTube?
Yeah, that's their YouTube name.
Wreath and Link. Sorry if we pronounced that wrong.
Yeah,
but
we are pronouncing it right.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, so what were you saying about them?
Oh, I was talking about how Mikkel wanted to do a similar thing as they did.
Similar YouTube channel.
Yeah, the idea was to do a podcast, me and him.
Really?
A sort of style. But not exactly podcasts. They're more of activities, sort of they do challenges and things like that.
Yeah.
They'll sometimes eat food that's raw or whatever, really weird things mixed together.
Yeah.
And Mikkel is obviously really interested in that side of sort of things, and so that's what he wanted to do.
You have something on your shirt.
Oh, do I?
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, that was just bugging me. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Completely just changed the subject right there.
Yeah,
but
Victoria likes to do that.
Okay, so let's get down to at least one question about content creating.
Yeah.
Because, what drives you to keep being a content creator? Like, what do you like about it? What's your passion? Like, what led you to it?
What do I like about it?
Yeah.
I think I always liked taking pictures, and I didn't really start really taking pictures till my friend and I started going out, and he was a lot into photography, Zach.
Yeah.
And so through him, I started going more and more doing some expedition, sort of like just around town. And we're lucky we have we have like 2 conservation area right beside our house, but we also have some other trails that are off in the forest that we can go for free and walk.
Yeah.
And so I started taking pictures with the phone that I had, which was the Galaxy S5. Ooh,
Yeah.
that was
something. I mean, you still got some pretty good pictures. Like,
yeah,
that's what makes you such a
really
good like photography, because you push yourself to the limit of just having a phone, right?
Yeah,
because
so
that's what you had at
for the
time.
longest time. I only had my phone.
Right.
I only had the phone, and
You weren't
it was really interesting because I'd borrow my friends' cameras because they had DSLR, which are basically the intro. Or they're not intro, but they're more legit camera. Like they give you more option to have like a manual mode and control the exposure and the aperture and all of that ISO technical photography thing topics and terms.
That's some of them I don't even know.
Yeah, and so I used my phone for 3 years or 2.5 years, and that really pushed me to be creative with the pictures that I took. Because with DSLR, you can just take it and point it at something, take a picture in the automatic mode, and oh wow, it looks good, you know?
Yeah, right. That's what I do. And I'm like, yes, George, look at this, I got it.
And so having the phone really pushed me into doing so, because getting like the better shots, or like really thinking about the shots that I was gonna take. So after that, after 2.5 years, I purchased secondhand the Canon 70D, which it's a great camera to intro into that feel, and it's great for pictures and for photography. Like the 70D line, 70D. Now they're up to the 90D, but Casey Neistat used the 70D for the longest time for video. That was his main body that he used with like a wide lens, and so really it's mostly the content that you create that is the best, right? Like the content really is what really matters, and the storyline that you have. It's mostly the storyline, right? And the content that you make, they're the same, but that's what pulls in people. And so if you have good content, then
you're fine.
Yeah, people listen, or they'll watch, right? And so that's the challenge. But I was using that camera. I used that camera for 3.5 years, and then this year I just purchased a brand new camera, the EOS R.
Yeah, so now what you can do is you can give me your old camera, so I can be doing photos while you have your new camera, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, sure, exactly.
See,
that's how it works.
Yes, that is how it works. Okay, let's take a break right here, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right
back. Okay, and we are back. So now I think you had a question for me.
Yes. As a content creator, what were the first steps that you took to start your blog?
Well, I think it goes back to just the beginning of just the will of wanting to do the blog. and it was really inspired by my friend Meredith, who has a blog, and she was just writing posts and then sending them to me, and then I would read it and I'd be like super motivated. I'd be like, I want to do that. I want to write posts about my thoughts and just see what if people like it, right? And even if they didn't, I would just want to do it for fun. And so that, like, I think that was the beginning of it all.
Yeah.
And then after it was setting up the blog,
Mm-hmm.
which that took a while, but during Christmas break, when you were actually, you were already back, anyways. When we were celebrating Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
you helped me set up the blog, and just, yeah, I don't know. I think it was really like a spur of the moment type of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I know you also write. You write a lot, also, like in your
Yeah.
journal and whatever. Not in your journal, but in your journal.
Yeah, in my journal.
In your
Yeah.
journal. But you also like to write and share your thought with other people.
Cool, yeah.
And so.
And I think it's a great way also because, well, for me personally, because I can talk, as you can see, but I hope I can talk. But I can talk, but a lot of the time what I'm trying to say will be miscommunicated, or people would get like a different, will understand it differently than how I meant to say it. So if I really take my time, edit my writing, and get other people to read it and be like, well, is this what you're trying to say? And if it is, then great, and I'll publish it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not, then I can rephrase it, right? It's not like a spur of the moment and you just blurt out something and then you screw up. Like this.
You screw up.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah,
on here we can edit it, so you won't hear some of our screw up. But
I mean, you can edit it. I don't really do the editing.
Yeah,
I help you-ish. I give you the advice
to
put it in or not put it in, and I'm like, okay, that's it.
Yeah,
Done.
she's the last person that will. I do a rough editing.
You do most of the editing.
But it's rough editing,
because there's not a lot
because
of editing.
because then I pass it on to you. You listen to it, and then you give it back to me, and then I do the final edit and cut out whatever portion that you are not okay with or you want out of the.
This is how it goes.
Out of the podcast.
I like it. I don't. I like it. I don't. I like it. I don't. Okay, let's publish it.
Like this is episode 1 for you guys, but we did film.
Well, you filmed one episode before this, and the introduction was just a story in itself, so I'm not going to go into it.
Very rough, yeah.
But it's great. It turned out great. I'm really happy with it, and I'm happy with how this episode is turning out. So, just to actually answer the question, which was, what was the question? I can't forget. It was.
You sort of answered it. I asked you how you first started.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, you helped me with the blog, and then I found, I actually used Canvas for the Cozy Potato logo, which is a great app or just website to start any type of business or post-its, or like you go on it and then you get to create your logo. You create your logo
or whatever
you want to
art form you want to do.
I even use it nowadays for the Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
For Instagram posts, right?
Which is free.
Yeah,
well,
free.
Some part of it is free, and then you have other part that you have to pay for. But
but a lot of it is free, and a lot of it is actually really, really helpful. And it takes a while to just get used to it, but not that long, but maybe like one couple day.
A couple day.
one couple day. Just 1 or 2 days to just get the hang of it. But it's actually really helpful, especially if you're a content creator or you just like to write stuff on your blog, which is content creator.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's all, guys, for today. Thank you for listening if you've made it this far. If you have, thank you. Make sure you go follow George on his Instagram page, G.billis. It will, obviously, you guys are going to be able to see it because it's going to be on the screen. Make sure you follow the Cozy Potato, which is me. And tune in to the next video. Like if you like this video or podcast. I don't really know how to call it. Yeah, this podcast.
Yeah, this podcast.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so like this podcast if you like it, and we'll see you guys next time or next episode. Okay, peace.
Bye.